Hello everybody, it's me again, and today it's time for another cooking video. Today we're going to do another famous Japanese dish. We are going to do Katsu Curry. Yes, so it's going to be kind of 2-in-1 today. So the katsu we're going to make is going to be like a pork cutlet that is going to be deep fried, coated in panko. It's going to be wonderful. And we're going to serve it with some curry, which will just be a basic curry, which is just going to serve as our sauce for the meat, which will be the katsu. We're going to have that on some steamed rice, so fire up your rice cooker and get ready because we are going to get to work. So let's go! Okay, so let's go over the ingredients for our recipe. So for katsu, obviously we're going to need some pork. So I got some pork chops here. And for the coating, we're going to do a little dredging. So we're going to need an egg or two, some all-purpose flour, as well as some salt and pepper to season, and some Japanese breadcrumbs, which is called panko. Panko is a lot different from the regular breadcrumbs because they have a flakier texture. So when it actually gets on the finished product, it's going to be a lot different than what you're used to. Okay, but you won't be disappointed, trust me. Okay, so for the curry, we're going to use a Japanese style curry. You can find these mixes at any Asian supermarket as well, and they come in a box like this. And those boxes contain blocks of like a roux, which come like this. And you just add that to the end of the cooking process to the water, and it thickens and gives flavor and substance to that. So it's very simple to make, just follow the recipe on the box. So for this curry, since it's going to go with the meat in our katsu, we're only going to need a few basics. So we got an onion, we got a medium potato, and we got a couple of carrots, and that's all we're going to need. Okay? Also, we're going to need some water, but we got lots of water. It's coming out of the tap for free. Okay? So let's get to work. So as you can see here, I'm cutting it a lot smaller than I'm used to cutting it. I'm used to cutting it like a good hearty stew, but because this is just going to serve as a sauce kind of thing for the katsu, I'm cutting it very small. That will ensure that this is going to cook a lot faster as well, because it's just going to be a few vegetables, right? So that's what we're going to do. Meanwhile, on the stove I have the oil going, and I'm just going to put that in, and everything's going to be really quick, okay? Just a note on cutting. If you love cooking, get yourself some really good knives, okay? Because there's nothing more annoying or dangerous than a dull, crappy, cheap knife, okay? So really, that's the tip. It's a lot safer to have a sharp knife that works than some dull piece of crap. Because I remember when I first moved out on my own and I had this weak-ass set of knives that they were horrible, and I cut myself really bad a lot of times. So really, you have the money, go out and buy at least one decent knife to do all your work in the kitchen. So you won't be sorry, okay? So after sweating out my onions in some oil, I'm gonna add my potatoes and carrots, and then my 3.5 cups of water. After the vegetables are cooked, I'm gonna add the curry mix, and then we're done, okay? So let's move on. Okay, so now the prep for the katsu is upon us, and I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a little bit of work, but it's gonna be worth it, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut those cutlets thinner, and then we're gonna pound them out so that they're nice and ready, so that they'll cook fast, okay? So let's get to work. Okay, prepping the katsu is going to be fairly simple. If you can get the minute fry pork chops or get your butcher to cut them thinner, that's perfect, because then you are skipping a whole step. After this, I'm just going to grab the edge of my knife, the flat edge, and I'm going to whack them even thinner, which will make these things cook even faster. Okay, so now that we've prepped our pork chops, like we did here, we can set up our dredging station, as we will call it. So what I've got here is I got 3 dishes that we're gonna set up. One with some all-purpose flour, one with some eggs, and one with our panko. Now dredging is dredging the world around, so basically it's gonna be the same whether you're doing a chicken parm or veal parm or whatever you wanna do, okay? So just remember, so what we're gonna do, and you need a lot of space to do this kind of stuff, okay? So just get your eggs all beaten up well there. Okay. And all I did with the meat was I seasoned it on both sides with the salt and pepper, okay? So we're gonna season it first, then we're gonna dredge, and then we'll be ready to put into this oil, which I should heat up right now, okay? So basically that's just some canola oil that I'll have going. Meanwhile, our vegetables from the curry look like they're gonna be done. So I'm gonna add that block of curry sauce mix, and then that's gonna finish it off. Okay, so when you open the little wrapper off the top of the curry, it comes like this. It's like a block. And then all you have to do is pop that into the mix like that. And what's going to happen is it's going to start to dissolve in the hot water there. And it's going to break up. So grab your wooden spoon, and if you have to give it some help, stir it around, and it'll thicken on its own. So from here on in, very low maintenance. Stir, it's going to thicken, and it'll be done. Okay, so dredging meat is very simple. We have our 3 little stations set up, and then the place where we're going to put them at the end. Now make sure if you're going to do this that you have one hand clean. So I usually do this with one hand, so that way if I have to answer the phone or anything like that, then I can do that. Okay, so grab your piece here, and what we want to do is we want to do the flour first, okay? So coat it in the flour first. That's going to give a surface for our next station to stick to, which will be the egg. Okay, so make sure the egg coats all over, and then finally into the panko. Just like that. If you have to press it down, then press it down. Okay, and then what you're gonna have is a beautifully breaded cutlet ready to go in the pan of oil. So there you go. Do it with the rest, and we're good to go. Okay, so now that our oil is hot enough to go, we're gonna put in our katsu, just like that. And it's only gonna be really quick until it's golden brown. It should be done. And since it's so thin, it's gonna be fast, okay? So just put that in, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, so while I'm cooking up my last katsu there, I'm giving my curry here a stir, and it looks like it's thick and ready. Okay? So this thing's almost done. I got the rest over here. And in a minute I'm going to show you how to plate it up. Now prepping the katsu for serving is easy. Just cut it into bite-sized strips and then put it onto your plate with your steamed rice. After that, you just spoon up your curry onto both and you are good to go. Put it on just like that. Sorry. You want the sauce to be on both the rice and on the katsu itself. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Katsu Curry. Okay, so that's it for our recipe. That was how easy it is to make Katsu Curry there. And we're just gonna give it a little try. So, here we go. Itadakimasu. Nice. Good. Okay. So that was it. Try it at home. You won't be disappointed, okay? So again, have fun in the kitchen, and until next time, take care. See ya. Today's recipe is dedicated to Naomi. So Naomi, thank you for watching and thank you for your continued support, okay? Bye for now.